Congratulations, Power Up Achievers. Woo! So you are all achievers in December, right? And is anybody an achiever already in January? Rockstar Rhonda is. Rockstar Rhonda is 1,000. So she's earned the gloves and shovel and
So cute.
the limited
Here.
edition uh
Mirror.
mirror. Yes. Yes, which you can only get at 1,000 wholesale. Um, it's great to see your faces. Ashley, I feel like I have not seen you in I haven't.
No, not in a long time.
Not in a long time. That's really weird. Okay.
Not since I think
The Christmas
the
party.
Christmas party.
That's a long time.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
a long time.
That's a long time. It's all a long time in our world, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So welcome to your first ever Power Up Achiever. Well, I don't know if it's the first ever, but Power Up Achiever Zoom. This is going to be great. We're going to do these once a month. Stay tuned. Also, I am looking for some volunteers to help me with help Cece and I with bingo tonight. If you would like to be a number, a product, a square, we would love your assistance. So if you want to look over the bingo board and text us and let us know if you would like to do that, we would be very much appreciative. Since you girls are buying and selling the product, you know the most about the product right now. So we would very much appreciate your expertise. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then before I share the training that we're going to do today, does anybody have some really great anything from their business in the last week or two that you'd like to share? I'm sure you do. That's why I'm asking.
I'll share.
Yeah,
I have a lot of parties booked. I don't even know how many. There's just a lot.
great. Like
A
how
lot of
many?
virtual ones, a
Please.
couple of in-person ones, but yeah,
For the month of January or beyond?
beyond. So January and February. Yes.
Great. You know, you get a 10 booked for January, and you get on stage recognition at the very last jump start of ever on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot. And the reason that I have a lot is because of the leadership challenge that you gave to us. So I didn't meet the leadership challenge because I had a challenge with family that came right that week. But I did get something out
And,
of it. It goes to show
and,
like just because
and,
you don't and
and,
just
Not but.
oh and
and,
just because you don't meet the goal doesn't mean that it doesn't come with blessings. So yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
Because what if you had zero goal,
Right. Hmm.
zero
Mhm.
challenge? What if you had zero challenge?
Yeah.
Bravo. Oh, I'm excited to hear about it. Then this training today will be perfect for you.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Who else?
Ooh,
Go.
I actually am super, super excited. I love that you mentioned that, Ashley, because that was my uh, the thing that created the action. The I can't think of the word.
Your
Yes.
catalyst.
Thank you. That's actually it. And you know what happens? I see the first letter in my mind's eye and I can't get the word out. That is just how it goes. But thank you.
And
And the catalyst that precipitated new activity. So I am very excited about the 4 virtual parties that I've got scheduled. I'm really focused as I'm traveling and will be able to still include my team in some activity um, as we continue to sell this fabulous product.
awesome. Yes. I love it. Love it. Dory, Rhonda, Bethany.
Sure.
I have a new client from Hartford, and we've been playing telephone tag and a few other things. She's very excited about starting her new skincare program because her last one was 3-in-1 wash. And I said, oh yeah, that's been gone for a while now. Time to upgrade a little bit. So, and again, with the challenge, that it triggered a lot of responses and I got a lot of orders. And I think, I'll take anything. I'll take an order. I'll take a yes, I'll visit you. I'll take a just give me a hug. I'm good. I like that stuff. So, yeah.
Congrats. I love it. I love it. Rhonda, Bethany?
I can go.
Great.
I last week I had an unexpected double grand. Well, okay, a couple dollars shy of a double grand, but I'm kind of counting it as a double grand because I
Yeah.
offered tax free. So I covered the extra few cents. But yeah, January is always kind of a weird month for me because it's tax season and I am on the go
Yes.
100% of the time and sleep next to nothing. So, it's one of those whenever I have a great day where I didn't put a whole lot of effort in, I always get really excited because I'm like, hey, at least I know that the product is great. It sells itself,
Yep.
and I can still connect with my clients even if it's a lower level than usual. It still makes me feel really excited because they're getting something they love, and I get to help them there. So
Love it.
that's what I got.
Congrats.
Yes.
That feels good.
Awesome. Rhonda, last one. Here we go.
I would say I made the calls from the leadership like Ashley and Dory were talking about and working on getting scheduling, going back and forth with that. I had $100 sale on Saturday with an event that was supposed to be a party, but we ended up with one, so that worked really well.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You look great with lipstick on. Lipstick's important on the screen, y'all. It is so important. I have extra cheek color on because otherwise you can't see me. I'll disappear into the background. Cease, got any victories you'd like to share as well?
Sure. I was able to create, and this is the second time, a Facebook Marketplace interaction into a client. And the first time I did it, she became other Bethany L, one of our brand new rising fire unit members in October. I met her in Facebook Marketplace in an exchange. And so this past weekend, I met a lady as well. And she's like, do you sell Mary Kay? She must have looked at my profile. I said, I sure do. And, she's a neighbor to you, Nan. I said, I'm in the area often. I'd be happy to help. Of course, she loves our extra emollient night cream. So I'm excited to connect with her further and foster that really nice friendship. They were a nice couple, and I love meeting new people everywhere I go, you guys. There's faces everywhere, truly.
Faces everywhere. Everyone with a face.
Yep.
Everyone with a face. Yes. All right. Bravo. Our girls that are watching it back, perhaps you can share with your sales director one of your victories from the last couple of weeks as well. Okay. She's fresh off a party, so she's super excited. Okay. I am going to, Cece, can you make me?
I'm not sure what I can do, but I can try. So if you make me a co-host, I'll do my best.
I did already.
Oh, okay. I'm on my phone today due to some situations, so I'm not sure what I can do.
I got it. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. This is your senior sales director, fresh off a party. Look out. Okay. So this hostess, take notes. Please take diligent notes, and then please use the notes. Okay, for your next event. So this hostess was actually a bride from the last ever bridal fair that I did in November, that I did with Ashley and Maggie, and we kept going around with dates. It stuck. Okay, from beginning to end, it was textbook perfect. And I think the new year kind of helps with that. But I had decided that I don't know like how to say it, but like that I knew it was going to be good. I knew I was going to influence the women. I know the product is good. I know the company is amazing. I know that we're strong and like I know all the things, right? That and so do you. And so do you, fabulous people. That's why you're on this call. And I put them all into place. Everything I've learned. There was no new tricks. There was nothing fancy. It was literally everything I've done for 28 years. 4 women, over $500 in sales, 3 new skincare sets sold, 4 new bookings from them, and nearly 30 referrals.
Oh.
Nothing new, old school. Oh, and recruit prospect, probably 2 or 3 prospects. Okay. Okay. So, coached in advance. Someone asked me what does coaching a hostess or a party mean? Coaching is everything. It means you don't just book it and then hope that it holds. It means you're in contact with the hostess. It means you're contacting the guests. It means you're making a quick 30-second video and sending it to all the guests and thanking them in advance for coming and how much fun you're going to have with the hostess, who, since this is a bride, it was all kinds of extra love. Okay. Coaching means success. Coaching means you make money. Coaching means the party holds. Coaching means they're excited to come. Coaching means they know what they're going to expect. So the party started at 10:30, and also some of the things that could happen did, which is why it was like a picture perfect or a textbook party, because some of the things that could happen did. So that's why I get so many things to tell you, the people coming late and all that. Okay. So I arrived shortly after 10. I told them I would be there between 10 and 10:15 for a 10:30 party. It was not at the hostess's home. It was at her friend Emily's home. By the way, the bride is my age, close to my age. So 3 of the 4 women were between 50 and 52, and one was in her 30s. So that was also great. They were also fellow or sister believers in Jesus. So that made things way easier for me to talk about because I could just reference Jesus when they said they were scared to sell Mary Kay. I gave a lot of references to how things worked out, for Christianity. And they loved that. So, what are the things that I started with? Old school, satin hands, because everyone loves it. And it's where the coaching begins for the party once it starts, because everyone's hands are dry and everyone loves satin hands. And you keep it simple, sweetie.
Mhm.
Ideally, you do satin lips in the kitchen with the satin hands. So far, I've not been able to remember that. I actually rarely remember to do it in the order it's supposed to go. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, that's a little challenge for me. Everyone loved it. Because it was for the bride, the hostess went above and beyond. The hostess that owned the home, Emily, in my hometown, right down the road from where I used to live. She had all these beautiful snacks, beautiful, and everyone loved it. Now they started to go into the living room. So, note to self, corral them around the table. Time is money. Now, I can handle a party and I can move people along, but I wish they'd have started at the table because they sat in the living room eating their snacks, waiting for the 4th one to come. I knew we weren't doing color. I knew it was going to be great. It could have gone faster, but whatever. It didn't. Okay, I'm just here to tell you it wasn't like perfect time wise as far as on the schedule goes, but I was doing my best to continue to move things along. Okay, so when they want to have their snacks, if they want to have them before the party starts, could you have those at the table while you're filling out your profile cards? Of course, I had created a Google Doc, which I do for all of my parties and brides, that gets all of their skincare questions in advance, just like the ones we do for Monday night, very similar. And so I know what their concerns are. I know how long it's been. So fourth one came a little bit late. So we didn't actually start the party until supposed to start at 10:30. It was probably close to 11 by the time all the chatting got done. So the hostess that owned the home, Emily, had lots of amazing questions. And I found myself continuing to answer them, which put us a little bit behind time-wise. And they were such great questions. It was hard not to say, can we come back to that? It had been a long time for all of them, and they all had favorable past experiences. So because of that, I just really wanted to continue to encourage the questions. And of course, I had the question, I had the ticket game with questions. Everyone was asking questions. So I go around the table just like we do at Monday nights. Let them know, what we're gonna do, skincare. So my initial parties and my bridal parties are the same. It's satin hands and satin lips, miracle set with the eye cream, of course, charcoal mask. Now that's the official skincare part. When they want to do dash out the door, which to this particular Saturday morning they all did, what I do is I set it out and then let them do it while I'm cleaning up the other things, getting the products to sell, right? So they don't specifically necessarily need a lot of guidance for that. They ended up all putting on 4 different colors of CC cream because there was very light, light to medium, deep, and very deep. The only person I didn't have was medium to deep there. I loved it. And watching bronze-skinned women put on the CC cream and watching them freak out over how amazing it is, I'll never get over that. I'll never get over that. So there was some of your typical, I shouldn't say not necessarily typical, but we've all had the party or the event where the one's coming in and you're like, oh, she might be my heckler, right? She might be my heckler, or she might be my one that, she's going to sit here and go along with it. But, she's probably going to leave early, maybe not going to buy anything, whatever. No, she bought it all because my mission is to win that one over. Bought it all, booked a party. Her daughter's coming to it, who's 25. And she wrote down 10 names on the back of her profile card. And when I said that when they all did that, while the mask was drying, that I would give them a mascara or lip gloss for 10 names, she had them all down and didn't have her phone. And she said, if I give you the phone numbers, if I text you all the phone numbers when I get home, can I still have the lip gloss or the lipstick? I said, yes, absolutely. Darn you guys, if she didn't do it at 11 o'clock on Saturday night, 10 names, as promised. Here are my 10 phone numbers. See you on the 30th. You're my next team member. She doesn't know it yet. Okay. I, during the mask portion, told my eye story. They loved it. I said, questions. What do you got? What do you got? If this were anything you would ever choose to do, it's one of my favorite questions to ask. If this were anything you would ever choose to do yourself or own a business yourself, what are some things that would be important to you? Because everything they say, we have. Everything they say, we have. We went around the table the first time and it was flexibility, more time with family. One of them blurts out, money. I know you guys care about your family, but I care about money. She's single. Someone said, that was the initial round. And then I said, what else? Someone said a future. Someone said stability. I said, I got you. I got you with all of it. So then I just kept handing out tickets, gave them briefly my story because I just kept answering their questions. My story didn't matter. They already liked me. They got a 30-second video of me the day before the party, so they saw what I looked like. I had sent I had gone with voice messages and so many texts back and forth with the hostess. We were practically best friends by the time I got there. And then the owner of the home, Emily, the host of the host, the party, the home host, she told everyone else when they got there that we were best friends after I walked in the door. Just being who we are, the kind, wonderful people, right? Okay. They're loving the products. I don't do a lot of details. I never have done a lot of ingredient details. They can always ask if they want to know. Most people don't ask. They look at my skin. They look at their skin. You tell them that there's five steps to taking great care of your skin, and here they are. And here's 2 products that do the work of 5. Now here's the extra stuff. Then, because of my people skills, soft people skills, this is why this business works. You don't need to know everything. You need people skills. It doesn't matter if you have all the details. It doesn't matter if you know every product. Soft skills. So the girl whose home it was at, Emily, said she loved the CC cream, but she wanted more coverage. Not a confident gal. And so she actually put on 3 more applications of the CC cream. It was unbelievable how beautiful it was. And I just kept complimenting her. And then she went and got her $56 foundation. That was horrible. And I said, don't you put that over my Mary Kay face? They all started laughing. They're like, she doesn't want you to put that on. So she didn't. But she wanted to complete her look because she was going out afterwards. So she brings out all of this, 100 different things, right? Old brushes, trays of color, 50 colors on a thing. And she's using this one. Then gets another one and she's using that color. And I'm like, so much money, so much money. And so she did not put any other foundation over my Mary Kay face. And then used the mascara, loved that. That one of the guests asked if the people needed to be local. I'm like, no, please, definitely not local. And you can't name the 4 of you that are here either. You're already here and I already know you. Oh, okay. Do they have to be from the US? I mean, technically, yes, but I got 10 names from Nigeria now. So I don't know. I might be sending samples to Nigeria. We'll see. We'll see. But some of the contacts, they only had Facebook for. I said, as long as you give me their, their actual name on Facebook, that's fine. I'll leave them a voice message. So you guys, they did not even ask me what the names were for. What are you doing with all this? They didn't even ask me. They just started doing it. Don't think everything has to be a big deal. Don't put ideas into your head that you think, well, what if this? Well, what if that? Stop it. If it comes up, address it. So then finally, one of them said, after they're all already doing it without even asking what I'm doing with the stuff, because I said, turn over your profile. Now, here's the part where you're going to write 10 names and phone numbers for a free lip gloss or mascara. Oh, okay. They're like, what are you going to do with these, by the way, after they're already done with it? I said, well, one of the things I'm going to do is let them know that we had this great party today and that their names came up. Their name came up as someone who might enjoy some pampering as well. And I said, you guys, it doesn't matter if they want the pampering or not. The important part is that they know that you were thinking of them. That's the beauty of friendship. And that's what we call this. And one of them said, oh, are you going to call them? Because, that seems a little intrusive. And I said, no, actually, I will text with a voice memo. And then I'll let them know, that we were here and whatever. Also, I will send the photo from the party. Hello. Always take a selfie with those people. Then they know you're real and they know you're not just making stuff up. So they did that. Then I wish, man, this is why you need an assistant and why I really wish I had an assistant on Saturday, because I could have really used help with, you know, wands and washcloths and all of that. The owner of the home was super helpful with that, but I really wish. That's another great reason. Our local team, I was trying to ask people who lived in the Racine Kenosha area that are on our team, and none of them were available. Take somebody with you, even if it's just a family member or a recruit prospect. I have taken recruit prospects with me as my helpers also. They don't have to be in Mary Kay. You look cooler when you have an assistant anyway.
Totally. You feel cooler too.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. They couldn't get over the car. And how you answer questions like, now, how long did it take you to earn that? And I was like, wow, such a great question, which I say a lot. What, that is such a great question, because questions are great. I love the questions. I never answered it. I said, well, it's actually pink Cadillac number 6. What? Yeah, and it's car number 15 or 16. Are you serious? How long have you been doing this? 28 years. Wow, that is amazing. And then they moved on to something else I never even addressed. So again, you think you're going to have to go into this big old long explanation on how you learn and earn stuff. No, you don't. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter. They don't even really care. Do you think the length of time it takes to earn a Cadillac is going to be why someone says yes or no? It's not. Okay. So, most important part, the individual close. So I did the table close with the placemats. Okay. They all started chattering while I'm trying to explain the placemat. Emily, whose home it was at, first says, now, do I have to do what's on here, or can I make stuff up? You can make stuff up. Do I have to get all these sets? No, you can individual. Okay, because I definitely got to get this eye makeup remover. I'm like, yeah, you do. Encouraging everything they're saying. Okay. Okay. So we go through the and I start at the bottom. I start with the miracle set, which gives a half price eye cream. Then if you add microdermabrasion, you get free satin lips. And if you do the whole thing, you get a free travel roll-up bag. Plus, it's savings plus something free. They love it. Everyone, women are smart. You're smart. Every time you shop, you're doing math in your head. Right? Got myself a new outfit. The help of my daughter. I knew what I was going to spend when I got up to the register. I knew what it was going to cost before I got up there. So the individual close, some of the forever most important questions. Oh my gosh, did you have so much fun? Oh, so much fun. Great. Before I could even say if money were no object, the first girl wrote it all down. Okay, she said, I think I want everything. Can you add that up for me? Yeah, I can. Okay. The next one kept saying it, can I get just the cleanser and the moisturizer? I said, that is a perfect place to start. Yes, absolutely, you can. Third one, the bride, she put it all on her phone, notes on her phone. And I just kept writing it. Now, here's one of the best things I have ever learned that I did, that I have been doing forever. And it flowed out of my mouth so effortlessly, because the only one of you on this channel and on the playback that outsells more than me at my appointments is my mother. So you all need to write this down, and then you need to do it. Only if you want to make more money. Do you want to make more money? Do you want them to have more product than you? Who do you want to have the product going out the door? You or them?
Them.
Do you believe that this is the best product on the market?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe everyone should have a Mary Kay face?
Yes.
Great. So do I. Okay. So this is old school. I have done this my entire career. This is the preface for getting the sale and how much the sale is. Okay. And what does it do? It just gives her another minute to think. Most people want all of it, right? Okay. So the one that came over and said, I think I want all of it. Can you add it up for me? And then another one with similar words. She said, but I don't know if I can do all of that. I was like, well, remember I mentioned the, what's it called?
Creative financing.
Creative financing. Hello, thank you. I said, remember I mentioned that? She said, yeah. And I said, what if we simply do this? I added up for you. These are my words that I have used for 28 years and they work. Write them down. What if I add this up for you? We'll see what it costs. We'll divide it in half. And then you pay that today. And we make payment arrangements for the balance. For instance, in 2 more weeks, I charge your card again. If you need additional time, which most people don't, but if you need additional time, we can take that second payment and divide it in half, if that is also helpful. Okay, let me see what that looks like. This came from Val, the one that I thought when she walked in, I was like, oh, she's going to be the one I need to win over. It was going to be her, okay? Has the same mascara for 20 years. Had 20 years. But I only wear it occasionally when we go out into church. I'm like, now you need to throw that away. And they all laughed. Oh, she told you got to throw that away. I'm like, you do. And I just have this Maybelline foundation I bring out once in a while. I think it's called Ivory Cream. You need to throw that away too, Val. Okay. And it was just fun and light. Okay. So she got the sales ticket down here. Miracle Set, CC Cream, everything they put on. Miracle Set, charcoal mask, CC Cream, mascara, lip gloss, the primer, the brush, all of it. And I said, okay, added it all up. I'm like, oh, remember, you got a free lip gloss because you wrote down those 10 names. And I trust that you're going to give me those 10 names tonight, those 10 phone numbers. She said, of course I am. Added it all up. It was like 240, whatever. Okay. Something like that. Divided it in half. I said, so this is what you would owe today. And then if you need additional time for that second payment, we could also divide that. So it would be 10 something today, which is 118. The date was 118. Next week, we could do the second half, or in 2 weeks, it could be 50 something and then another 50 something. Oh yeah, we can do that. Oh yeah, we can do that.
That's cool.
National Court of Sales 17 times. Wasn't sure she was going to get anything. Went out the door with the most product. She sat with me first, so it was awesome. So she sat at the kitchen table with all of her stuff, and everyone's going, oh, Val bought all the things. Val, what'd you get? Which is perfect because then everyone bought skincare. 3 of the 4. Okay. Now, while she's writing in her credit card number and I'm gathering the items, which are literally right next to me, and I said, now we have to book that follow-up. Remember the game that you won? Because she won. Oh, yeah. Now, when is that? Oh, yeah. When is that? 10 to 14 days, so forth, so on. So I'm going back to Racine, going on the 30th. Okay. Want her daughter to come, who's 25, who has all these dry patches, so forth, so on. Yada, yada. Okay. Now, show me how much is it again? You know what? Just do the whole thing today. In fact, I'm going to tell my husband. You know, my husband, he lets me do anything I want anyway. And he told me to buy what I want. I'm going to tell him. And if he says anything, I'm going to say, I haven't bought makeup in years and I'm throwing some stuff away. And this is all I'm going to use now. And then she started to go like this, right? And I'm just cracking up. She's talking herself into all of it. I'm not saying anything. I said, you go, Val. like, yeah, it's time to get rid of the old stuff. I said, you're going to have this a long time. You got me now. And I said, and I know right where you live. She's on Carter Street, Mom. So I know she's not far from where we used to live off of Erie or down from, yeah. So, okay. So it's with her and her daughter and maybe some other people, but for sure her and her daughter. Okay. Then when the bride sits down, the bride already had $20 in hostess credit from the wheel she spun at the bridal fair. And I said, that was the last ever bridal fair. And they're like, really? And she's like, the bride, I'm so glad you were there. I'm so glad we met. Yes. Yes. I'm doing her wedding makeup too. Whatever. Also, she said $75 was not enough for her face. So if you're thinking of charging less than that, you're wrong. You heard me just say the words, you're wrong. Write that down. I'm wrong if I charge less than $75. Okay. 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 She's like, that's it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to give you my 2024 price. That's so sweet of you. She goes, I mean, I know you said optional tip. Of course I'll tip you. I'm like, whatever. It's just going to be her, I'm sure. And whatever. That's story for a different day. But she goes, okay, so here's my list, but I don't know if I can get it all. I said, that's fine. You got $20. Remember, you got $20 free that you spun the wheel for. And guess what? You're getting 20% of the sales today. Because the sales and 20% because you have also 2 bookings prior to me sitting down. It's actually 3, but 2 or more and they get 20%, right? And I said, adding that up, Anika, that's $84 free. Wow. Okay. She buys everything on her face, including the hydrogel eye patches, because brides get hydrogel eye patches. And Val asked if she could try them too. And I was like, no, you're not getting married. And she's like, oh, and I was like, sorry. But when we host your gathering, you can try them at yours. Okay. They'll do what you tell them. I said, today's about Anika. Okay. Okay. So I added all up for her. And I said, now with your savings. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And Anika, you gave me more than 10 names. By the way, say 10 or more. Say for every 10. Say for every 10, they get a lip gloss or mascara because she was almost up to 20. She'll be up to 20 before I see her again. Okay. So she gets it all. Okay. And I said, now if I divide this in half, da 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 da. Oh, yeah, you can do that. And oh, we all get paid next Friday. So now they're all saying, just charge the second half next Friday. We all get paid next Friday. Okay. So now everyone's paying me whatever they didn't pay me next Friday, which is only a week from now already. Sometimes they just need a moment to think. Booked her follow-up for immediately after I go to Val's and meet her sister. I go back to the house of Emily, who hosted, where Anika and Emily are both going to be. Emily is my next team member. And Anika and I are going to do a follow-up because she bought all the skincare. Emily needs to see all foundation because she doesn't want to use her $56 foundation ever again because it looked horrible. She goes, the girl matched me at Ulta. I thought she did a good job. I'm like, first of all, do you hear the name of the store you just said? They started laughing. And I said, how old was she? Oh, I don't know, 14. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And then I said, what does she know about your 50-year-old skin? Nothing. She doesn't know anything about anything. I said, right. They're just glad they got an employee to work that day. She goes, how did you know that? That is so true. I'm like, it's retail. And I said, and maybe it does match. I said, but it's blue lights. You're never going to get a proper match under a blue light in a store. You're right. And then that gave the courage for another one to say, that foundation didn't look good on you. I'm glad she said something. Okay, here comes the truth. Okay. Now, the one that bought just the skincare and I told her she needed the follow-up, she lives in Franklin. So I'm going to her on a Saturday and I'm like, oh, you live even closer to me. Great. she's got tons of church friends. She's from Nigeria, so I'm going to be getting all her Nigerian friends because after she put on that CC cream and saw how her skin was glowing. Okay. So everyone got what they wanted because of creative financing. Because I said, Walmart and the department stores aren't going to give you that. And they laughed. I didn't even like necessarily using Walmart, but my point was Walmart doesn't. Okay. They asked tons and tons of questions, and I gave them the information that they desired. So I set our next steps and let them ask what was interesting and important to them. By the time it was done, because Emily, the one whose house it was at, asked the most questions about the opportunity. By the time it was done, I was like, well, Emily, when you sign up, you can just get that at 50% then instead. Oh, there she goes. Emily goes, oh, there she goes. And I'm like, she doesn't drive a pink Cadillac for nothing. And they're like, Emily. The rapport was amazing. The rapport was amazing. So they helped me to the car. They got all their stuff. Hugs all around, hugs all around. I sent a group text with a major thank you and all the pictures. The love and the outpouring. I want to go back to the introduction portion for a moment there. You know how on Monday nights, and we've all done this together, and I know you guys do this at your parties too, because you're amazing. When you say, tell me something you love about the hostess or admire about the hostess, or sometimes if it's just at our Mary Kay events, we say something you love or admire about your consultant. And it just gets everyone all, warm and fuzzy, right? One of the girls started to cry at the thought of just talking about her friend. They could not say enough about her. And she's just sitting there like, with her mouth hanging open. And I said, I can go. That was my favorite part. So the rapport was built right away with me. And they already had it with each other because all four were already very good friends. They all know each other from church. So, I mean, it couldn't have worked any better as far as that goes. They all know each other really well. But that also made it very easy then to, if I said something, they would encourage what I said and go along with it. Emily wasn't being nice to herself looking in the mirror. I said, Emily, you're not being very nice to my new best friend. And she's like, you're right. I'm sorry. And then they said, Emily, you need to be nicer to yourself. I can't wait to go back. I cannot wait to go back. So then the group text following was just, it was amazing. And they're thanking me and I'm thanking them. And Anika's like, I've never felt so beautiful. I can't wait to see the wedding trial. What fun. And they're loving and liking all the stuff. Now they all went to church together on Sunday. So I can hardly wait to hear what happened when they got to church because they all had new makeup to put on. And I know they're going to make fun of Ellen to throw away her 20-year-old Maybelline. So it was everything. It was everything that I could have wanted. Everything I could have wanted. I'm going to see how many of them that I can get on bingo tonight. Because it's 100 below. Everyone's going to be home. No one's going anywhere. Right? And then tomorrow night's dream big. Questions and comments? Please. What did you hear that you already knew or something that you'll implement?
I hear your excitement and is glad to see it in you and the reminder of the creative financing.
Yes.
Those are the ones.
Go ahead, Mom. Thanks.
This is definitely old school enthusiasm as well. I remember when you did those parties and you had so many people there, you couldn't service all of them, you thought, but you did. And that's exactly your level of enthusiasm is for this party too. So, wow, thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. I got to outsell my mother. It's a goal.
An awesome goal.
Yeah.
I think oh, sorry, go ahead, Ash.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna ditto Rhonda on the creative financing because I know that we've heard that multiple times from you as well as other directors. that we've heard from, and just implementing that in a way that doesn't make the hostess feel bad that they have to do it, right?
Yeah.
Makes them, so I really like your approach in that. So thanks for bringing that forward and sharing that with us.
Mhm. I think being willing to offer more for referrals and just kind of making it, okay, here's what we're going to do next, and releasing the result, right? Like we can't control if a pouty one is going to sit there and just not write anything. Well, so be it. But likely one or two or three or the rest of them are going to write, between 5 and 10, 15 names. It's just as simple as asking them to do so and prompting them to do that. So being more generous with the reward, because, if we pay $8 for a mascara, $9 for a mascara, and we pay $9 for 10 names, that's less than $1 a name, or a little over $1 a name, totally worth it if two or three of them end up being really great connections and future team members. So definitely holding the penny further, right, so that we can see the dollar, I think that's a great reminder.
Yes. Judy McCoy reminded me that she's like, I always offered a gift for referrals. I always did that. I'm like, huh, yep, you did. Old school's new school. Trace.
Well, this old school girl still gleaned a ton. And I loved the reminder of, I'm going to say it's not assuming the sale, but almost assuming the response. As you're just giving them the information, you're just trusting they're going to take that ball and run. And you laid it out so beautifully. I'm just sitting here scribbling because it's such a logical progression that you shared. Thank you for that. It makes so much sense the way you've laid it out. And I absolutely love how you were let them banter amongst themselves. That was awesome. I'm just bursting so excited for you. And I'm like, I can't wait to go hold one myself.
Yes. 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 Because that's the best way to learn it, is to now do it. Bethany, did you want to share something too? I don't want to leave you out just in case.
I'm driving, but yeah. So I've actually never before offered to do a gift in exchange for referral. So I'm like, I definitely, because I have a lot of people who know that I preach. I have creative financing, so that I've got in the bag. But yeah, I really like the idea of creative or do the referral, like, and offer a small gift. Like I'm all over that now. Like I'm trying to think of okay, how do I promote it? Because I do less parties than most people do, but I have a lot of people who are like, why, like, because my platform is very gift friendly and out of date, so parties don't happen for me very often. But
And
when I
And
for incentives, they love it. And yes,
not
when
but
I
and
offer incentives,
no but and
and
not but and
and when I offer incentives, they're like all over it, blowing up my phone. So
yes.
yeah, definitely something I am trying to creatively figure out how it's going to work for my client base, and even without a party, having them feel excited about, I'm going to do this for my friends and I'm going to pass along too, because I
yeah,
do get a lot of referrals. It's just not as organic because I don't have a huge party base. So figuring that out, and yeah,
Great.
figuring out how it's going to work for me.
I know.
Yeah.
Perfect. How it's going to work for you. Yes. Yes. How it's going to work for you. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Hi, kids. Also, kind of like as we're closing, I was sharing this with Cece. You guys, there's this Catholic woman, Catholic mom podcast that I listen to. She's a businesswoman with little kids, and I listened to her because she has kids. Her kids are actually little, and she said, you guys can learn from me even though your kids aren't little anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's me then. And she's super, I value her a lot. She's been in the industry for a while, and she's basically about her business is coaching, and she's got other businesses with her husband as well. She's got some Instagram businesses and whatever. And she's just worldly about business, and women purchasing things. So she's got kind of like this full perspective that I appreciate. And she said, in the coming year, you might need to give a little bit more for free. So I thought, oh, I'm going to take that to note. I'm going to take that. Okay. All right. And then I thought, I don't know the last time I gave away $84 for hostess credit. And it was worth it because she's going to tell her friends that. And then guess what I'm going to say? My hostess last week had $84 in hostess credit. And then I also sound, like I know what I'm talking about because it was last week. People don't want to care. No one cares about what I did 25 years ago. They only care what I did yesterday. Why do you think I did a party and told you? You only care about what I did yesterday. You don't care about what I did 25 years ago. No one does. I don't care what someone did 25 years ago. What are they doing right now? Oh, the same thing they did 25 years ago and it still works. Okay. So that's how I earned a car. That's how I moved up. That's how I met new people. I remember calling all the referrals. I remember doing that. How many of you right now have profile cards with names on the back you've never called? So do I. Time to revisit them. And the result doesn't matter. The activity does. The result doesn't matter. The activity matters. I mean, the result kind of matters, but my point is, my daughter's going to come back to me later and said, you said that. You said, but mom, we're going to be the butt sisters at Chicago Rama. So we're all over why you can't say the word but because you're gonna hear it at Chicago Rama. Yeah. So it's not whether they answer or not because you don't know if in those referrals, pray over your stack of referrals before you call them. Holy Spirit, guide me. Give me the words. Who's going to pick up the phone? And fall in love with booking. Stop saying you don't like it. Stop saying there's parts of your business you don't like. Stop it. Stop it. Because it's holding you back. I don't like doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put the papers away. I don't want to do the, or I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I once heard somebody say, if I could just hold the parties and not book them. And I'm like, okay, well, you're the consultant, so you're the one who has to do it. It's your business. We don't have a receptionist like the doctor's office. We have assistants, but we're the ones who book our appointments. Right? We're the ones who do it. We're the ones that are responsible for that. So in closing, you may need to give more away. And I'm okay with that. You all have enough product. All of you have enough product on your shelf. If you don't want to do a mascara or a lip gloss, that's what I chose because I'm also using, remember we got Pink Aura or Copper Aura and Pink Ballerina. We got a bunch of those for next to nothing. I'm using some of those. And I just said mascara or lip gloss. Now, that day they tried Fancy Nancy. And so some of them did end up getting Fancy Nancy for free. But I also just put 10 Fancy Nancy's in my last order. So, whatever. It all works out. It all works out. Put the money in the thing that you want to grow. Need more clients? Throw more money that way. Need more hostesses? Have more generous hostess credit. Let them shop until they're done buying. I felt like my sales could have been even higher as well. However, and they're all following up. So I'm going to see them all again, and they're going to buy whatever they didn't buy, and they're going to love Mary Kay. And I told them my goal is to make them Mary Kay, you know, to fall in love with Mary Kay. I told them that was my goal, that you fall in love with Mary Kay. That's my goal. And they're like, okay. Any last comments, you guys? All right, your mission, should you choose to accept it, book and hold a party before the end of the month. So you were just taught on an in-person one, and that is the one that I am asking you to hold. We are brilliant in person. Your sales directors are brilliant in person. We're good virtual too, but nothing replaces in person. Nothing replaces it. And nothing should. Nothing should. There's a place for virtual, absolutely. We're doing virtual tonight. Bingo, it's fun and it's short. What a perfect night to do it. No one would have wanted to have left the house anyway. Dream Big is also tomorrow night too. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. Cece, got any last minute thoughts?
No, thanks for sharing your experiences. It's just all great reminders, and yeah, it gets you energized.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to these girls again and like leave them voice memos again. I literally feel like I have 4 new best friends, and they're gonna tell everyone. They're gonna tell everyone. I'm gonna call. I'm following up with all of them again today as a thank you. How's your face feel so far? What did they say to you at church on Sunday? That's a personal thing, right? That's a personal. What did you guys talk about at church? I want to know what you talked about at church. Okay. And then I'm reaching out to the referrals today. So you can count on me to work it full circle. All right. Thanks for your time. You all are amazing. We'll see you on bingo tonight. And if you're one of my bingo people, would you please text me and let me know?
We
Okay.
are asking for your support.
Asking for your support. Thank you.
And one more thing, happy birthday to Tracy.
Happy birthday, Trace.
Today?
Yeah.
It is. It is. And I sent her a nice thing this morning. Oh, thanks for the reminder, Mom.
Yeah.
You.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Danny, say happy birthday, Tracy.
Thank you.
Love you, girls. We'll see you tonight.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.